What up, fight fans? It's your boy D Rock, and you're watching D Rock Boxing. Alright, so today I'm going to talk about an article I've seen on stuff.co.nz. It's has Joseph Parker, and he's talking to ESPN. He's doing an interview on ESPN, in which he said that the fight between him and Joshua is very, very close at the moment. So his team, as we know, is at 35%. And he has said that Eddie Hearn is at 30%. So that's just confirmed what I had suspected, that Eddie Hearn was about 30%. And Joseph Parker, as we know, was at 35%. So as I've said on a previous video, my kind of middle point there would be 33%. So I'd be like 66.6% for Joshua, 33.3% for Parker, being a 1/3 to 2/3 split, which would be representative of the two belts that Joshua holds. I know he has the IBO belt, but we're not talking about one of these. We're talking about the top four sanctioning body belts. So he has the IBF belt and the WBA super title, and Joseph Parker has the WBO belt. And so that's two belts to one belt, so a 2/3 to 1/3 split. And I would think that that would be highly likely to get the result, get across the mark and get this fight done. So they've talked about a date, which is more promising. They've talked about a date of March the 31st, and also of a venue of the Principality, which we know here, as rugby fans will know here, as the Millennium Stadium, which is the Cardiff Stadium where Anthony Joshua recently fought Carlos Takam. So that has 80,000 ability to house 80,000 people. So that should be good. You'll be able to get a lot of ticket sales. I don't see any problem in selling those ticket sales, considering it is a unification fight. They could probably charge a lot more than they did with the Carlos Takam fight. In other news, guys, I'd also like to talk about Dillian Whyte versus Hughie Fury. So I'm quite interested in this fight, Dillian Whyte versus Hughie Fury. Dillian Whyte, as we know, is Eddie Hearn's second in charge. He has only had one loss, and that has been to Anthony Joshua, in which he rocked Anthony Joshua in the second round. I myself do not rate Dillian Whyte as highly as his hype seems to rate him. So he is number one in the WBC, and in respect to him for making that, but I don't have him in my top five, put it that way. But Dillian Whyte, he is a very good fighter, and as we know, Hughie Fury, he's also a very good fighter. And so their previous fights, Hughie Fury fought against Joseph Parker, went to a 12-round fight. Hughie Fury did a lot of negative fighting on the back foot, mostly jabbing, not really using his right hand that often, but hopefully he did learn from that points loss in his hometown of Manchester, as he's only young as well. He only just turned 23, where Dillian Whyte, he's a bit older. I think he's 28, something like that, and he's just come off a points win over Robert Helenius. So he wasn't able to get the KO of Robert Helenius. That fight, Robert Helenius is roughly the same size as Hughie Fury, but his movement, Robert Helenius gassed in about the third round. He had gassed. His movement was poor, very poor, and he was basically a walking punching bag, and Dillian Whyte just couldn't do the job on him. So my impression of this fight would be that I think Hughie Fury, if they come out as they did in the last fights, I think Hughie Fury, his movement and his ability to score points on Dillian Whyte will be too much. It will take it 12 rounds, and Hughie Fury will win on points. So that's my thoughts about this fight anyway, guys. So let me know what you guys think about either the Parker Joshua or Dillian Whyte versus Hughie Fury. Like and subscribe, drop us a comment, and I'll catch you guys in another video. Cheers guys.